Prince Rogers Nelson was an American singer, multi-instrumentalist, songwriter, record producer, and actor. The recipient of numerous awards and nominations, he is widely regarded as one of the greatest musicians of his generation. He was known for his flamboyant androgynous persona, his wide vocal range, which included a far-reaching falsetto and high-pitched screams, and his skill as a multi-instrumentalist, often preferring to play all or most of the instruments on his recordings. Prince saw a specialist in family medicine twice in early April 2016. He postponed 2 performances at the Fox Theater in Atlanta from his piano and a microphone tour. The venue released a statement saying he had influenza. He rescheduled and performed what was to be his final show on April 14, despite still not feeling well. While flying back to the Twin Cities early the next morning, he became unresponsive, and his private jet made an emergency landing at Quad Cities International Airport in Moline, Illinois, where he was hospitalized and received naloxone, a medication used to block the effects of opioids, especially following an overdose. Once he became conscious, he left against medical advice. Representatives said he was dehydrated and had influenza for several weeks. Prince was seen cycling the next day in his hometown. He shopped that evening at the Electric Fetus in Minneapolis for Record Store Day and made a brief appearance at an impromptu dance party at his Paisley Park recording studio complex, stating that he was feeling fine. On April 19, he attended a performance by singer Liz Wright at the Dakota Jazz Club. On April 20, 2016, Prince's representatives called a California specialist in addiction medicine and pain management, seeking medical help for the star. He scheduled to meet with Prince on April 22, and he contacted a local physician who cleared his schedule for a physical exam on April 21. On April 21, at 9:43 a.m., the Carver County Sheriff's Office received a 911 call requesting an ambulance be sent to Prince's home at Paisley Park. The caller initially told the dispatcher that an unidentified person at the home was unconscious, then moments later said he was dead, and finally identified the person as Prince. The caller was the doctor's son, who had flown in with buprenorphine that morning to devise a treatment plan for opioid addiction. Emergency responders found Prince unresponsive in an elevator and performed CPR, but a paramedic said he had already been dead for at least 6 hours, and they were unable to revive him. They pronounced him dead at 10:07 a.m., 19 minutes after their arrival. There were no signs of suicide or foul play. A press release from the Midwest Medical Examiner's Office in Anoka County on June 2 stated that the musician had died of an accidental overdose of fentanyl, at the age of 57. The fentanyl that led to his overdose was contained in counterfeit pills made to look like a generic version of the painkiller hydrocodone. The question of how and from what source Prince obtained the drug that led to his death was the subject of investigations by several law enforcement agencies. A sealed search warrant was issued for his estate, and another unsealed search warrant was issued for the local Walgreens pharmacy. On April 19, 2018, the Carver County attorney announced that the multi-agency investigation related to the circumstances of the star's death had ended with no criminal charges filed. The investigation did reveal that Prince was addicted to opioids. Following an autopsy, his remains were cremated. On April 26, 2016, Prince's sister and only full sibling filed court documents in Carver County to open a probate case, stating that no last will and testament had been found. As of his death, the twice-divorced Prince was neither married nor known to have fathered any surviving children. Under Minnesota law, the absence of a last will and testament meant that, in addition to his full sister, Prince's 5 half-siblings also had a claim to an estate totaling millions of dollars in cash as well as real estate, stocks, and cars. Within 3 weeks of his death, 700 people claimed to be half-siblings or descendants. Bremer Trust was given temporary control of his estate, had his vault drilled open, and was authorized to obtain a blood sample for DNA profiling from the coroner who had performed the autopsy. Fans were extremely shocked by his untimely death and were extremely saddened. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for similar content. Rock on!